Okay, good evening students. Welcome to Signals and System lectures. Now we are in today's class we are discussing module 3 and the topic is continuous time Fourier transform. So keep in mind this continuous time Fourier transform is used to analyze continuous time non-periodic signals. Okay, to analyze continuous time non-periodic signals we are using Fourier transform. Or blindly, Fourier transform is used to analyze non-periodic signals. Okay, so now we can write a non-periodic continuous time signal x of t. A non-periodic continuous time signal x of t can be represented as or can be expressed as x of t equals 1 by 2 pi integral minus infinite to infinite x of j omega into e to the power of j omega t into d omega, where x of j omega can be represented as minus infinite to integral minus infinity to infinity x of t into e to the power of minus j omega t into dt. Consider this is equation 1 and it is equation 2. See, x of j omega is Fourier transform of time domain signal x of t. So alternatively we can say x of t and x of j omega, x of t and x of j omega are Fourier transform pair. So we can call it as Fourier transform pair. And keep in mind x of j omega, it is in frequency representation, frequency domain representation, and x of t is time domain representation. X of t is in time domain representation. So any non-periodic signal, continuous time non-periodic signal can be expressed by this equation 1. See, equation 1 is also called synthesis equation. Equation 1 is also called synthesis equation. And equation 2 is called analysis equation. So we can call it as analysis equation. Okay, got it? So we can also call x of j omega is frequency domain representation, or we can also call x of j omega is spectrum of signal x of t, frequency spectrum of the signal x of t. Okay, so however the Fourier transform of x of j omega for a continuous time signal x of t is going to satisfy for the following conditions. If some conditions are satisfied, then we can find Fourier transform of non-periodic signals. Those conditions are Dirichlet conditions. So totally there are 3 conditions. The first condition is x of t should be absolutely integrable. X of t should be absolutely integrable. Okay, absolutely integrable. X of t should be absolutely integrable. So that is we can write integral minus infinite to infinite mod x of t into dt. You should get answer less than infinite. If I start integrating non-periodic signal from minus infinite to infinite, the solution you should get less than infinity. That is called absolutely integrable. Okay, that is the first Dirichlet condition. Then second condition is x of t should have x of t should have finite number of maxima and minima within any finite interval. This is the second Dirichlet condition. Next, third condition is x of t should have finite discontinuities within finite interval. If all these conditions are satisfied, okay, then we can get a frequency spectrum of time domain signal. Okay, got it? However, all these conditions are sufficient conditions but not necessary conditions. Got it? Just only sufficient conditions. It is not permanent, only sufficient to find the spectrum of time domain signal. Only sufficient conditions but not necessary conditions. So with this basics, before doing problems on Fourier transform, and we must know in detail properties of Fourier transform. So we can now look into, pause the video and then copy down. Now we can move to properties of Fourier transform. Guys, please write the spelling. Absolutely integrable. This one, x of t is absolutely integrable. Next is properties of Fourier transform. Very important. Okay, properties of Fourier transform. Compulsory, you can predict 10 to 12 marks on properties of Fourier transform. So we are going to study following properties: linearity property, time shift property, then frequency shift property, then scaling property, okay, then modulation property, time differentiation property, then next frequency differentiation property, okay, frequency differentiation property, next integration property, next convolution property, okay, next ninth is symmetry property, 10 Parseval's theorem, okay, Parseval's theorem property, and the next 11 is duality, and plus 2 more properties. So we are going to discuss all these properties. So you must prepare well all these properties so that you can bag 10 to 12 marks in your pocket. Okay, we can start one by. Okay, now first property is linearity property. What it states: if x of t Fourier transform x of j omega and y of t another non-periodic signal, x of t is one non-periodic signal and y of t is another non-periodic signal, time domain signal. If I take Fourier transform of this, you will get frequency domain spectrum of this time domain signal. So y of t Fourier transform will get y of j omega and x of t Fourier transform is x of j omega. Then they have taken another non-periodic signal, that is z of t. What is z of t is some scalar coefficient. some constant is multiplied for one non-periodic signal x of t, that is a, and for another non-periodic signal y of t, okay, some constant is multiplied. Okay, here a and b are constant. So if new non-periodic signal z of t is like this, then its Fourier transform will be z of t, Fourier transform is z of j omega. So if both non-periodic signal x of t and y of t multiplied by scalar coefficients, okay, same thing will get multiplied by in frequency domain, frequency spectrum also. That is called linearity property. What coefficient is multiplied in non-periodic signal? So same thing, same coefficient should get multiplied for frequency spectrum. Okay, that says linearity property. So it satisfies superposition principle. Let we can go with the proof. So proof. So we have x of j omega, Fourier transform formula. X of j omega is integral minus infinity to infinity x of t into e to the power of minus j omega t into dt. Okay, what is x of j omega? Like this I can write. Then similarly, what I can write? Y of j omega. So Fourier transform y of t is y of j omega. Same thing I can write. Integral minus infinity to infinity. Now you write y of t e to the power of minus j omega t into dt. Okay, now we can write z of t also. So z of t. So for z of t, what is the z transform? Sorry, Fourier transform of z of t? Z of j omega. So z of j omega, I can also write like this. Minus infinity to infinity z of t into e to the power of minus j omega t into dt. Okay, now put z of t. What is z of t? A x of t plus b y of t. The new non-periodic signal, continuous time non-periodic signal is one non-periodic signal multiplied with constant a and another non-periodic signal multiplied with constant b. Okay, so now substitute z of t here. So after substituting, so z of j omega is equal to integral minus infinite to infinite. What is z of t? A x of t plus b y of t into e to the power of minus j omega t into dt. So next steps I will write here. So after this I am writing here. Now you multiply this a x of t e power j omega t. So you will get like this. Integral minus infinity to infinity a x of t e to the power of minus j omega t into dt, and then plus integral minus infinity to infinity minus infinite to infinite b into y of t into e to the power of minus j omega t into dt. So this is what we get. What is this side? Z of j omega. Fourier transform of z of t is z of j omega. So now a is constant, take outside. So therefore z of j omega is a integral minus infinity to infinity x of t into e power minus j omega t into dt plus, now b is a constant, take outside. So b integral minus infinity to infinity y of t into e to the power of minus j omega t into dt. So finally, final equation z of j omega is equal to a. Okay, now what is this part? What is this equation? Minus infinity infinity x of t power minus j omega t into dt. What is that? That is x of j omega. Minus infinity x of t e power minus j omega t into dt. What is that? X of j omega. X of j omega. Then plus b, and what is this part? What is this part? Y of j omega. Minus infinite to infinite y of t e power minus j omega t dt is, what is that? Y of j omega. So y of j omega. So hence proved. Hence proved. So means the non-periodic signals multiplied with some constant, okay, constant magnitude. So in the same time, Fourier transform will get in the frequency spectrum will also multiplied by same constant, okay, x of t, x of j omega, y of t, y of j omega. Okay, this is about linearity property. Next we can discuss, guys, next property is time shift property. What it says, the statement is, if x of t Fourier transform x of j omega, then y of t is shifting the input signal. If input signal is shifted by t naught units, okay, minus means right shift, plus means left shift. So suppose if I take it like this, y of t is x of t minus t naught, then the Fourier transform will be y of t Fourier transform is y of j omega. So if I shift the input signal by t naught units, in Fourier transform it is shifted by same unit with exponential sign, e power minus j omega t naught x of j omega. So we can write shift in time domain, okay, will give multiplication by an exponential in frequency domain with the same sign. If it is t plus t naught, then we will get e to the power of plus j omega t naught. Let we can do proof on this. So proof. We have formula, Fourier transform formula is integral x of omega equals to integral minus infinity to infinity x of t into e to the power of minus j omega t into dt. So now you write y of omega. Fourier transform y of t is what? Y of omega. So for this also we can write in this way, integral minus infinity to infinity y of t, okay, y of t into e to the power of minus j omega t into dt. What is y of t? What is y of t? X of t minus t naught. Okay. What is y of t? X of t minus t naught. Okay. Therefore, y of omega equals integral minus infinity to infinity. Replace y of t by this. So x of t minus t naught e to the power of minus j omega t into dt. Now in this equation, put t minus t naught, okay, some variable. So variable or constant. I will take a. I am putting t minus t naught is equal to, you can take anything, b, c, d, like that you can take. T minus t naught is equal to a. So from this, what I can write t, from this t I can write a plus t naught. Take minus t naught that side, it becomes positive. Then the differential term dt, then dt will become dA. Then dt will become dA. Because it is time domain, we can differentiate, okay, and it is some constant, but t naught is shifting parameter, don't differentiate this. So then dt can be arranged in this way, dA. Now use these notations over this equation. So after using that, y of omega, sorry, I should write j omega, okay, y of j omega. So y of j omega is equal to minus infinity to infinity, okay. What is t minus t naught? T minus t naught I am considering a. Then this becomes x of a. Then e to the power of minus j omega. Minus j omega. What is t? What I can write t? A plus t naught. So t value is a plus t naught into dt. dt what I am writing? dA into dA. So now further, y of j omega equals integral minus infinity to infinity x of a e to the power of, multiply this, e to the power of minus j omega a, e to the power of minus j omega a, that is one term, into e to the power of minus j omega t naught. E to the power of minus j omega t naught is another term, into dA. So therefore now y of j omega equals, now take this term outside, e power minus j omega t naught, take it outside. So e to the power of minus j omega t naught integral minus infinity to infinity, write the remaining parameters, remaining terms, x of a into e power minus j omega a into dA. Now compare this with formula x of j omega minus infinity infinity x of t. See t, t, t. Here a and a is there. Okay, variable it is t here, but this a is also in time domain. So now what is this entire thing? We can write x of j omega. So therefore y of j omega can be written as e power minus j omega t naught into x of j omega. Hence proved. Hence proved. Okay. Hence we got this equation. Means remember, keep in mind, shift in time domain will give, okay, multiplication by an exponential with the same shifting unit. Okay, but that is in frequency spectrum and this is time domain. That is called time shift. Okay, next we can go to time. Okay, dear students, the next property is frequency shift property. What it states, if x of t Fourier transform x of j omega, then y of t is e power j beta t into x of t. So your non-periodic signal multiplied with some complex exponential. See, the purpose of analyzing Fourier transform is to solve, to get solution for complex sinusoids. Okay, for that purpose we are using Fourier transform. See, e power j beta t x of t is Fourier transform, y of t Fourier transform, y of j omega. If I take Fourier transform of this, then we will get like this, x of j omega minus beta. See, capital X is frequency spectrum, small x is time domain. So if I in time domain, if I shift in exponential in time domain will give frequency shift. Okay, how much shift in time domain, that is beta units. Same shift with opposite sign, we get shift in frequency spectrum. Okay, frequency spectrum shifted by opposite sign in the time domain signal. Okay, some exponential signal multiplied by time domain shifted with opposite sign. Suppose if I take minus e power minus j beta t, then you will get omega plus beta. So you can, some books have taken e to the power of j omega naught t. So then you will get omega minus omega naught. That's it. So next, we can go to proof. Okay. So straight away we can remember once again the formula. What is x of j omega? Integral minus infinity to infinity x of t into e to the power of minus j omega t into dt. See, j omega plus j omega, here minus j omega is there. Okay, this thing we can write like this. Now similarly, what I can write, y of j omega integral minus infinity to infinity. So y of t, instead of x of t, you should write y of t into e to the power of minus j omega t into dt. Now put y of t equals, what is y of t given? So take this one, y of t, e power j beta t into x of t. Substitute in this equation. After substituting, we'll get like this, minus infinite to infinite. What is y of t? E power j beta t into x of t into e to the power of minus j omega t into dt. So now you can group the exponential term together. Minus infinity to infinity, x of t into e to the power of j beta t into e to the power of minus j omega t into dt. Next step will be y of j omega. Please write capital Y because capital letter indicates frequency spectrum. Okay, y of j omega equals integral minus infinity to infinity into x of t. Now take e power minus j as a common factor. So if I take e power minus j common factor, then what I will get? Omega value first I will get. Omega minus beta into t into dt. This we can rewrite in this way. See, minus j omega t, e power minus j omega t, we got that term. Then e power plus j beta t, minus into minus plus e power j beta t. So I got that term also. So now you compare this with x of omega formula. Compare this with x of omega formula. X of j omega, y of j omega, x of t, x of t. E power j, e power minus j omega t, e power minus j t, t is there. In place of omega what we have? Omega minus beta, dt, dt. So finally we can write this whole equation, we can write it as y of j omega can be written as comparing with x. So capital X j, in place of omega what we have? See, omega, j omega, in place of omega, omega is there. But here, what is omega value? Omega minus beta. So hence proved. Hence proved. Okay. Means how many? Okay, suppose if you take in time domain, if you multiply exponential signal, okay, in frequency domain, in frequency spectrum, it will be shifted with opposite sign. Okay, if I take plus j, you will get minus. Okay, got it? Similarly, I will write here. Similarly, e to the power of minus j beta t into x of t. Its Fourier transform will be x of j omega plus beta. Omega plus beta. So in frequency shift, that is happening in opposite sign. Otherwise, we can write shifting frequency domain. Shifting frequency domain will give opposite sign. Okay, multiplication by exponential with opposite sign. You can get in reverse way. That is more convenient. If I go in this, that is not convenient. Come in this way. Shifting time frequency domain will result into, okay, multiplication by an exponential in time domain with opposite sign. See, minus beta plus beta. Okay. Then similarly, shifting frequency domain will give multiplication by an exponential in time domain with opposite sign. Plus beta minus beta. Okay. Fine. So next we can move to scaling property. Okay, dear students, next one is scaling property. What it says, if x of t Fourier transform x of j omega, then y of t is equal to, now the input non-periodic signal is scaled by some factor a. A indicates scaling factor. X of at, y of t Fourier transform y of j omega. If I take a Fourier transform of scaling factor of some non-periodic signal, then this we can get in frequency spectrum. 1 by mod a x of j omega by a. Let we can see the proof. So every time you write the formula. X of j omega. What is the formula? Integral minus infinite to infinite x of t into e to the power of minus j omega t into dt. Now you write it for y of j omega. That also can be written in this way. Same thing, replace x of t by y of t into e to the power of minus j omega t into dt. Now put y of t. Put y of t equals x of at. So that is what we are going to find Fourier transform for this signal. Y of t is this one. So now substitute here. So therefore you will get y of j omega equals integral minus infinite to infinite. What is y of t? X of a t into e to the power of minus j omega t into dt. So this is the equation. So now since they given mod a, so mod a is nothing but is equal to a for greater than 0. Okay, for more than 0 it become plus a. For less than 0, okay, for less than 0 it become minus a. Okay, that is the significance of mod a. So now assume if a is positive, assume if a is positive means a is greater than 0, then you can write at equals to tau. At, take one parameter, at can be written as tau. So from this what I can write to t value? T I can write tau by a. T I can write tau by a. Now write in differential form. In differential form you can write dt equals to 1 by a d tau. 1 by a into d tau. Use all these notations in this expression. In this equation, use all these notations in this. So, using that, so we can write like this. Y of j omega is equal to integral minus infinity to infinity x of, what is at? We have taken tau. X of tau, okay, into e to the power of minus j omega. What is t? What is t? I can write t is tau by a minus omega tau by a minus omega tau by a into dt. What is dt? 1 by a d tau. Dt value is again 1 by a d tau. Now take 1 by a outside. If I take 1 by a outside, then we can write like this: minus infinity to infinity x of tau into e to the power of minus j omega by a into tau into d tau. So this is y of j omega. Look at here, 1 by a minus infinity x of tau e power minus j omega by a tau into this 1 by a we have taken outside. What is remaining? D tau. Now you compare this with formula. Okay, now you compare this with Fourier transform formula. See, x of tau, x of t is there. Limits minus infinity to infinity, correct. X of, in place of tau we have t, that's it. In place of omega, what we have? Omega by a. Into t, we have tau. dt, we have d tau. So therefore, this particular part, this particular term, so we can write y of j omega can be written as 1 by a into x of, what is this? Omega is here, so we return plus j omega. See, minus j omega, we return plus j omega. Now minus j omega by a can be written as j omega by a. So now you take this as equation number 1. Equation number 1. So next, this is case 1. If a is positive, then we got this equation. Now check out if a is negative. If a is negative, that is a less than 0. If a is negative means a less than 0. See guys, for a is positive, you take upper limit infinity, positive values. This means positive values, this means negative values. So if a is positive, you take upper limit, positive value. If a is negative, then you take lower limit. Okay, lower limit is what? Minus infinity, right? In reverse, for a equals negative, you write the limits in reverse order. Okay. However, we are going to use the same notation in this way. Minus at can be written as tau. Minus at can be written as tau. So from this, what I can write? T is equal to minus 1 by a tau. Write in differential form. dt is equal to minus 1 by a into d tau. Use all these notations. Use all these notations. Okay, use all this on this equation. Use all this on this particular equation. Okay. See now, after using, so I can write like this: y of j omega is equal to, okay, integral minus infinity to, sorry, when a is negative, no? When a is negative, you write limit in reverse order. Okay. Minus infinity, and then you write here infinity. Just interchange the limits. Okay. Because a value is negative, less than 0. Okay. See, upper limit minus infinity is obviously you will get less than 0 values. Then x of at. Now at, but we have taken what? At minus at is tau we taken. But I need to represent it at only. In order to represent at, multiply by minus. Minus into minus plus at. Plus at. That becomes what? Minus tau. See, for this equation, multiply by minus. Minus of minus, multiply by minus for this equation. Minus at is equal to minus tau. See, this multiplied both sides minus. Now minus to minus is what? At. Now at becomes what? Minus tau. So therefore, this bracket x of at will become what? At we put at tau, where for a is greater than 0. Next, for a less than 0, in place of at, what I can write? Minus tau. So I can write x of minus tau into e to the power of minus j omega by a. See, e to the power of minus j omega. What is t? What is t? T. Substitute this t value here. What is t? Minus 1 by a tau. Otherwise, you can write minus tau by a. So already I written omega here. So I will write minus tau into dt. What is dt? Minus 1 by a d tau. Minus 1 by a into d tau. That is the value of dt. Now next steps I will write here. Okay, after next step I will write here. So now minus 1 by a you take outside. So y of j omega minus 1 by a I have taken outside. Integral infinity to minus infinity x of minus tau into e to the power of minus j. So I can write so omega by a into minus tau. So minus into minus what? Plus tau you will get. Otherwise I will write like this. That I will write as it is. Okay, omega by a minus tau only I will write it into d tau. See now, y of j omega. See now, you can interchange the limits. Now if I interchange the limits, outside magnitude sign changes. So therefore we can write 1 by a integral infinity minus infinity to infinity x of minus tau into e to the power of minus j omega by a into minus tau into d tau. Okay. So now you can compare with original formula. By comparing with formula, what is this term? Okay, minus infinity to infinity. In place of t, what we have? Minus tau. Okay. In place of t, what we have? Minus tau. dt d tau. Okay, dt d tau. So everything is correct. So therefore we can represent this in terms of. So next step. So after this particular next step I am writing here. So y of j omega can be written as 1 by a into x of j omega by a. Again this one also, even when a is negative also we will get this only. So therefore now you take this equation number 2. See, omega omega minus j omega plus j omega you will get. So minus j omega by a become plus j omega by a. Since here minus tau here, so here also we have minus tau. See, why minus tau? Because your x of at signal, if a is negative, what it becomes? Minus tau it happens. Means it comes under negative side. However, further by comparing 1 and 2, okay, comparing equation 1 and 2, we can write y of j omega can be written as 1 by mod a. What is mod a? Plus a is positive and a is negative. That gives mod a into x of j omega by a. Hence proved. Okay, got it? Understood, guys? So if only logic is, okay, if a is positive you take at equals to tau. If a is negative you take minus at is equal to tau. Then you find the equation for t and then represent this in differential form. Apply all these notations in this formula, rewrite it. Then you compare this with see after this I started here. Once it's completed here, then start writing from here to here it ends. Next case, if a is negative, I started from here and after this you start here, okay, then here, then like this. Finally it is ended here. Okay, got it? Only logic is for a is greater than 0 positive, you take limits minus infinity to plus infinity. If a is negative, you take the limits infinity to minus infinity. Just reverse the limits. Okay. And in the final step, again we are reversing the limit. So outside sign changes will take place. Minus 1 by a will become plus 1 by a. Why means interchanging the limits, sign change. Okay. Sorry. So guys, remaining properties I will upload in next lectures. Please kindly like, share and subscribe. Send these videos as many friends you know. So thank you. Have a nice day.